So this is what I'm talking about. This video is basically breaking down how the ETF is different from individual stocks. Because look at this beautiful uptrend that Apple has compared to SPY that has been in a trading range for the last 30 days, right? Like this is a trading range in 30 days. This is where people are losing their money and getting chopped up. Good morning, everybody. It's 5:30 in the morning, and we're gonna do some market reviews real early. I want to help you navigate through the market so that you know exactly what to do, what to look for, and how to play it. Right? It's time you stop losing money and get in tune with the market so that you know exactly what to do. Right? So we're gonna take a look at the SPY, see what's going on there, and we're gonna take a look at a few tickers that I think are bullish, and I'll tell you why in a second. All right, so let's get into SPY real quick, and then we're gonna get into those tickers, right? So what I want you to notice is this is a key area right here. This 412, all the way up to 416 area. So the last high that we had was 418, basically. But if you notice in history, we've really been going sideways for the last year. So if I go ahead and draw, let's draw some horizontal lines, right? I'm gonna make these pretty thick so that you can clearly see exactly what I'm talking about. So we're gonna do another one here. So if you can see, this is June 2022, right? May 2022. We're actually in May 2022, and we're still stuck in this trading range right here, right? So now the question is, are we going to finally break above this 415, 412 area? You know, it's remember, support and resistance is always a range. It's not an exact line. It's an area, because if you zoom in here, we actually sold off. We actually sold off right there a few times, right? We sold off here, we sold off here, we sold off here, we sold off here, and now we're peaking above again. So we're gonna see if we're gonna sell off again. So now you can clearly see why this is a trading range for the last 27 days, 28 days, right? This is the daily chart. Look at this. If you're trading this chop, then I understand why it's difficult for you to see why or why not you should be trading an ETF compared to an individual stock. If we go to like something like Amazon, which is bullish right now, you can see that we've been more consistently going up and not stuck in chop like SPY is. So if we go back to SPY, let's actually pull up two charts here. Right, so right now, if we have, let me just get this out of the way. So if we bring up two charts here, you're gonna quickly see that SPY's been going sideways, and Amazon has not. You see, this is a slow grind to the upside. This is sideways. You see the difference here? So this is the comparison side by side. You can see that if you compare the same time frames with the SPY and the Amazon, you can see that Amazon's been slowly grinding to the upside, right? It's a slow grind, and SPY's been pretty much going sideways for the last month, right? So that means that if you're day trading this, you really have no clear direction on what's going on. We have this resistance up here around 412, 414 that we keep getting rejected at, right? We got rejected here at 414, we got rejected here at 415, and now we're at 414 again. So that level is important. And the next important level that I'm looking at is this 410 area here, right? Because that's where we previously sold off multiple times. So what I'm saying is that when you're trading and you're not looking at anything else other than like SPY ETF, it's going to be extremely hard for you to get consistent, because when this is stuck in chop, Amazon is moving, right? When this is stuck in chop, let's see, Apple is moving, right? Take a look at this. So SPY is stuck in chop and Apple is moving. You see? Consistently up, and look at the moving averages and everything going on here. Chop, chop, chop. So in reality, it's important that you recognize that we were actually going up on Apple this entire time, on Amazon this entire time. Let's go to Microsoft, right? Microsoft, we were going up this entire time. Yesterday, I had the most conviction in Microsoft because it kind of lagged compared to the news with everyone else. Everyone else made a big move pre-market with the news, but Microsoft didn't. And then I know that I was in this trading range, and then it popped out of this trading range. So if I go to the hour chart here, right, you can see the conviction. This is a trading range that I drew in this box, right? Then a few days ago, it popped out of the trading range, right, because this is a bullish stock, and then it pulled back inside of the trading range. So yesterday, when I was watching this, I was like, okay, so if it pops out of here, then there's a big chance that we can at least get to this previous resistance of 311. So basically, I got in here at 311. I took it from here to up to this resistance. Then when it retested down here, I got into that position, and that was the better trade for the day. I took these 3 candles here on the hour chart and basically profited off of that. So what I want to point out is that when you're trading the individual stocks, you have a better risk to reward. You can manage better what's going on. You can indicate if it's going sideways, if it's not going sideways. Like, you have options, is what I'm saying, no pun intended, right? So let's get into a few tickers that are bullish. I actually just went over a few. So we have Microsoft here. Microsoft is just coming out of this trading range. So if we get news to the upside, you can see that we could probably replicate this news here. It is a bullish stock. So you can look for an entry either on your 5-minute, hour, or however long you plan on staying in the trade. I like to personally do my analysis on the daily chart, right? After I see what's going on the daily, see? Up, pause, sideways. So we go up, we pause, go sideways, then break out. Now we're pausing again. So this could be the potential next breakout. So what I want you to also notice is that when I do my analysis on the daily chart, you have this resistance here at 313. After 313, and we get a close above 313, now you have all this room to get to the next resistance. That's 339, right? So this is why this is a bullish stock that's going up. Once we get past this resistance, now we have space all the way up to 339, right? Let's also look at Amazon. So if we look at Amazon, it's pretty much kind of the same thing. Now, what I want you to be aware of in Amazon is that we have this downtrend here, right? So that's going to be a barrier that it has to get past. But we just broke out yesterday, right? We just broke out. And now we have to get above this 112 area. So now once we get above 112, remember, these are the key levels. Once we get above this 112 area, we have space from 112 all the way up to 124. So this is why it's important for you to recognize support and resistance. I saw a video the other day that said support and resistance doesn't matter. And I'm like, bro, like, what are you talking about? Anyway, this is a downtrend, right? If you're taking a day trade and resistance is coming up, then you're most likely going to get a reversal here, or you're going to get a lot of resistance, because that's why they call it resistance, right? So we have Amazon, Microsoft. Let's see what else we got here. We have Google. So Google still has room from here to 216. So we have $3 more. It already made a $7 move. So $10 from here to here, right? 106 to 116. So, and it moves $7 already. So what does that mean? That means that if we pull back, that'll be a better entry because now your risk to reward is better. So remember, when you go into a trade, you have to make sure that the risk to reward is there. For example, if we go back to the Amazon example, if I was able to get on a trade right now, let's say the market is open, is there a risk to reward here that's suitable for me to take on this trade? No, because resistance is right here, right? We have 1 day that it gapped up here. So we want to see at least some consolidation, a breakout, and then some consolidation. Either or, consolidation before or after the breakout. But one lone candle like this, it's not enough conviction up against this resistance. You see, look, one lone candle over here, and then we got shot down, right? So let's see what the news is going to bring so that we know exactly what's going to continue to happen with this stock. Now, mind you, it's been bullish for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. That's another thing that you have to keep in mind, right? Because how many days does it normally run before it gets a little pullback? So if you look back here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 6, and then you get a pullback, right? Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a pullback, right? And then you have over here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you get a pullback. So this is the type of stuff that you have to start acknowledging when trading. So there's two resistance, remember? There's the one coming down here in this downtrend that we just got past, and now there's this resistance up here, right, at 111. So aside from these bullish stocks, so you have to be aware, if you go to Finviz and groups, you can see that tech has been strong for the last month, the last week, and the last day, right? Communication services have been strong for the last day, for the last week, and for the last month. So if you're gonna continue to buy communication services, then you should definitely be looking at this so that you know where to find stocks. So if I go into communication services, and I'm gonna, because I like trading options, I like to see the ones with the most volume, the ones that everyone's trading. So I'm gonna put them in descending order here. And you can clearly see you have Google, Snap, right? And this already gives you like a kind of like a technical breakdown of what's going on. But what I want to point out is that this has been the strongest area that for you to find opportunities, right? So let's look at Snap. Let's look at Disney, and let's see what that looks like. So we have Snap, right? This is the beginning stages of Snap probably making a comeback. Now, this is really not bullish. If you take a look at this, this is a downtrend, right? And now we're stuck inside of this box right here. So in order for me to be bullish on this stock, I want to see this box, this come down from down here, come up to this box and trade above. So I mean, technically you could day trade this if you see bullish momentum saying that we're at a support, but this is not enough evidence for me to put conviction on. You know, this is going sideways after coming down for so many months, right? So it came down for so many months and now it's going sideways. And if you look at the stock like this, just like, this is not like Apple or Amazon. If you look at Amazon, it's coming down and now we're starting to see bullish momentum, right? Consistent bullish momentum. We're not going sideways, we're going up, and now we broke out of this area here. So I'm looking for it to break out of this 113 area so that we can have all the space, right? And then we were going to look at Disney. So what's going on with Disney right here? First, we want to start by drawing this line, and then you see it's coming down. Now you have the breakdown, right? Now you have a box. You start the box like this. So boom, right there. Now you have this price action inside of this box. You have resistance here and resistance here. Support, 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 right? So Disney's not quite bullish yet. I still want to see it come out of this box. Once we're in this box, now you know that we have to get out of here to the upside so that we can start saying that Disney is bullish. So right now I'm looking at this 114 area, and after 114 you have room all up until 123. So that's roughly $10 right there. So basically that's how you kind of have to look at it. Like, do I have room to go? Is this actually going up, right? Like in this case, it's not. In the case of Snap, it's not, right? In the case of Apple, it is. Apple's super bullish. So if you look at Apple, we're actually at this breakout level right here. So is the news going to be enough to get us over this hump and get Apple to possibly new highs, right? That's a big question. So right now we're gonna have to wait till 8:30, get some news, and that way we can see what Apple's gonna do. But it's consolidating right now at this resistance. So this could be a good sign. Let's see what happens. We have this resistance here, but we really just have to get over this 175 area, and we could probably start making all-time highs. So this is what I'm talking about. This video is basically breaking down how the ETF is different from individual stocks. Because look at this beautiful uptrend that Apple has compared to SPY that has been in a trading range for the last 30 days, right? Like, this is a trading range in 30 days. This is where people are losing their money and getting chopped up, right? So you need to be quick. You need to day trade. You need to know the market internals. You have to be aware of everything that's going on in the bigger picture as well as the smaller picture, because if the bigger picture is bullish, then you can see the smaller picture move in that direction. That's the most probable thing to happen. So basically we have Microsoft. Microsoft right now is I'm looking at the best risk to reward right here once we get above that 113 area. So once we get above here, 113, we have all this room all up until 337. So that's what I'm looking at with Microsoft, and hopefully the news could put us over, and we can start seeing good trades inside of Microsoft, right? Now in communication services, we also have Meta. So if we look at Meta's actually been bullish too, right? Even though we had this sideways action here, this is a perfect opportunity. If we break out, that we're gonna see follow through, and then once we get above this 245 area, you have room all the way up until this next resistance up here at 344, right? I mean, you could call it 302 at the bottom here. You have a little bit of resistance over here. But right now we're looking at Meta, Microsoft, Apple. These are all the names in tech and communication services that are actually getting a lot of attention. If we go back to the screener here in FinViz, we just go to groups, and you can see what's been the strongest, right? We have tech and communication, tech and communication, tech and communication for the last month, for the last 3 months, for the last week, and for the last days, right? So if you think that we've still been in this chop, yes, we have, but that's only in the SPY. If you look deeper and you look at sectors and you look at industries, you would definitely see more opportunity than you would if you were just trading SPY straight up, right? If you're trading SPY straight up, this chop would have eaten you alive, unless you're a really good day trader. So basically that's what I wanted to let you guys know, that when you're looking at the stocks, you have to make sure that they're going in the right direction and that they have room until the next resistance. So those are a few ideas that I gave you. Make sure that you're not just trading the SPY, especially when it's going sideways like that. It's going to be a lot harder for you to manage positions. And that's exactly why you have to look at the strongest sectors, the strongest industries, know how to find these ideas, know how to set up your risk to reward, and recognize when the stock is bullish or not. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.